This is the Honda CRV 1.6 SX diesel. It is the top of the line model here in the Philippines, selling for 2.12 million pesos or $40,900. This is the 5th generation of the CRV, and it's also the first time that the CRV has been offered with a diesel engine. It is a 1.6-liter diesel, which produces 120 horsepower. That is less horsepower than the first generation CRV, but being a diesel, it produces a respectable amount of torque at 300 Newton meters. It is also very fuel efficient at 23 kilometers per liter highway and 10 kilometers per liter city. It is made into a 9-speed automatic. There is plenty of detail to absorb when looking at the CRV. It is busy, but mostly in a good way. It has plenty of sculpted lines that run from the front to the back of the car. This ridge on the hood blends towards the fenders and gives the vehicle a more muscular look. Along the sides are claddings with chrome trims. Also running along the outline of the window is a chrome trim which gives the vehicle a more elegant looking profile. It has 18-inch 6-spoke wheels. At the front is Honda's new signature grille, which may work for some, but it's too much chrome for my taste. Looking at it from the front, it's sometimes hard to tell where the headlight ends and the grille begins because there's just too much chrome. The vehicle has a low slung appearance. In some angles, it actually looks like a tall hatchback or a van rather than a small SUV. The CRV is a pretty handsome looking car, but I do prefer the more aggressive and more traditional SUV-like outline of the Santa Fe. Looks are of course subjective, and there are those who would prefer the CRV's looks over the Santa Fe. The CRV's interior looks similar to the Civic, which makes sense since the CRV is based on the Civic platform. It has a very upmarket look and feel. Almost everything that you can reach is covered in soft touch materials. The dashboard is covered in what looks like rubber coating with simulated leather texture and stitching. There are simulated wood panels. The top of the sidings are covered in the same material as the dashboard. The inserts and the armrest are covered in leather. The steering wheel feels very nice and it's also covered in leather. A wood trim over here. This looks like it's made of aluminum. Also, the door opener is made of metal. This is padded. Almost everything that you can touch is covered in leather. The armrest is very nicely cushioned. It's also leather covered. Over here is a very deep compartment. This is removable. If you need more space. And the armrest is adjustable. Power outlet. Okay. Perhaps the biggest change on the interior compared to the previous gen is the deletion of the shift lever. What it now has are buttons marked as park, neutral, drive, and reverse. The parking brake is also electronic now. The seats have pretty good bolstering. They're also leather covered. Paddle shifters. Over here is a pretty large infotainment system. Okay, so yeah. Okay, legroom is pretty good at the second row seat. Air vents for the second row passengers. 2 USB ports. Armrest with 2 cup holders. The door siding is very nicely sculpted. Same materials as the front. You have a tweeter over here. Headroom is decent. I have about 2 inches of headroom here. The 1.6 SX comes with a number of electronic driving aids, including lane keep assist, forward collision warning, collision mitigation braking system, lane departure warning, road departure mitigation, adaptive cruise control, low speed follow, and there's also walk-away auto lock. Three of the CRV's four variants are diesels. The only gasoline variant is the base model, which retails for 1.65 million pesos. It is quite a different lineup compared to the US, where there's no diesel option. The CRV's closest competitor would be the 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe, which retails for 2.23 million pesos or $44,760. The Santa Fe is more expensive by more than 100,000 pesos compared to the top of the line CRV, but you get more interior space, you get more engine power, and the interior of the Santa Fe also feels more luxurious. If you go down to the lower spec diesel variants of the CRV, the price difference becomes more significant. The lowest spec diesel CRV sells for just 1.68 million pesos, and as of now, there is no cheaper variant of the Santa Fe. The price difference between the top of the line CRV and the Santa Fe is minimal, but to those who would rather have better fuel efficiency rather than power, and to those who would rather have the Honda badge, a CRV might be a more compelling choice.